Bernie Sanders is praising Trump's 10% plan and has indicated he's going to be introducing legislation to support this exact plan. There's also hopes that these guys are going to partner on a deal. That sounds absolutely nuts. I totally agree with you, but this is the reality of the situation, and I'm going to break it all down for you in this video, let you know what these two guys are working on and how this makes absolutely no sense, but it's actually what's happening. So let's talk through the details. All right, now first off, let me quickly share with you some statistics that were just released based on credit card debt here in this country. Now, I know this may not apply to everybody, but it does show a big crack in this economy, and basically what's going on with the overall consumer. This is not a good situation. Now, one more thing I want to throw out there really quickly. You probably heard me say this before in other videos. If you are in hopes or asking for or looking for stimulus or money or anything like that, the best thing you could be praying for right now is a big old crash in the economy. Well, guess what? We're getting warning sign after warning sign after warning sign, and basically all of these alerts coming up right now saying this economy is about to get whacked in a huge way. And this statistic that I want to share with you really quickly is basically painting a very clear picture of where we are headed. Anyway, oh, by the way, let's pop up an article. Right now, there's going to be an article popping up on your screen. You can follow along here. But I'm going to be kind of referring to some of the information down at the bottom of the article first, but just follow along anyway. Okay, so in the last, in the 9 months, the first 3 quarters of 2024, so basically through September, January through September 2024, banks wrote off $46 billion in severely delinquent credit card accounts. What that basically means is that people are not paying on their accounts holding $46 billion of credit card debt. What does that mean? The banks take those losses, right? Not a good situation, which, by the way, this is a 50% increase over the year. So year over year, it's a 50% increase. What does that tell you about the health of the finances of the overall consumer? Not good, right? Not good. You don't need to be a mathematician. You don't need to be an economist. You don't need to know much about, all of this stuff to understand, like, hey, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, you're right. That does not sound good whatsoever. Anyway, that's what we're dealing with right now, which, by the way, to put into perspective, we have nearly $1.2 trillion in credit card debt in this country right now. Obviously, December is not reported yet. I'm going to guarantee you when we get those numbers here shortly for December, it's going to be ugly when we see the numbers that came out of December and all the holiday shopping that people couldn't afford. It's nuts. Well, according to the reports here as well, the bottom third of the population, as far as income goes, they're tapped out. They've got no money. And again, we already know this, right? That's no surprise at all. That is certainly not breaking news whatsoever, but it's highlighted there in the article, and just want to throw it there really quickly. Again, we already know this. This is not surprising whatsoever. Okay, anyway, let's quickly talk about Bernie Sanders and how all of this relates, okay? I'm not just like talking about random stuff here, but it all relates to what Bernie Sanders is praising when it comes to Trump. I know, sounds super weird. We've got like a super left, liberal Bernie Sanders, and then we've got Trump, who's obviously more to the right? So, I mean, it's like, these two guys are agreeing on something. It's like statistically not likely, but it is. They're actually talking about this. Okay, anyway, so apparently a few months ago, again, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know exactly when this took place, but apparently during the campaign, Trump made remarks about capping credit card interest rates at 10%. I'm going to be fair with you. I would love that. I looked at my credit card here before I started filming this video. My credit card sitting at like 22.5% or something like that. It's crazy, right? I'm like, oh wow, I wish I didn't see that number just a second ago. Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have looked that up, because it makes me even more discouraged now to see those balances floating there and be like, wow, I'm hosing away 22.5% in interest. That just makes me really frustrated. I don't like that at all, right? It's a total waste of money, but unfortunately, it's kind of what has to happen these days to float those balances. But anyway, according to the reports here as well, the average credit card interest rate right now is 21.5%. That's nuts. That's still very high. But anyway, what Trump indicated was that he wanted to cap these credit card interest rates at 10%. I like that. I mean, it's 10% is still high, but it's honestly not nearly as bad as what it is now. It's more than a 50% reduction from the current levels that we're at right now with credit card interest rates. Long story short, Bernie Sanders says, I like it. I like this. I agree with Trump. Again, weird that these guys are even saying this, but they are. By the way, in that article there, you could see the tweet from Bernie Sanders that he made yesterday. So just Feel free to look that up if you want to. It's right there in the article as well. Otherwise, look it up on X. That is where Bernie Sanders has also written that yesterday. But basically what he's going to do is he's going to write up legislation and introduce the legislation to do that, exactly that. Cap interest rates at 10% on credit cards. That'd be very welcoming, right? Considering, I mean, here's the thing. I just told you a couple minutes ago, credit card debt in this country now, about $1.2 trillion. Do you think people would get some relief if their credit card interest rate immediately went from, say, 21, 22, whatever percent, something like that, down to 10%? That'd be instant savings of a lot of money, right? That'd be a lot of money that'd be saved and not going to the bank in the form of interest on credit cards. Now, one bad thing about that, I'm just going to say this really quickly, and you don't really see this out there, is that banks would probably be way more reluctant to give credit to people that are kind of maybe like on the border, or maybe they would even make their lending policies and their availability to credit way more restrictive. What I mean by that is that let's just say that somebody comes in with maybe not the best credit score, maybe not the best payment history and whatever, and they apply for a credit card. The bank might say, with 10% interest, we're good. We're just going to deny this person, right? Reason being for that is that if they're only getting 10% interest, they really want to capitalize on that money going out to the people that they know, are going to take advantage of that, and then they get the money out of. You know what I'm saying here? So this could be actually kind of bad for people that are maybe lower income or people that possibly have lower credit scores. I'm not saying that low income people do. I'm not saying that whatsoever. All I'm saying is that there's a lot of people out there that don't have the best credit, and that's okay. That's very, very common. But if somebody has a lower credit score and they go to apply for a credit card, they may actually see more denials, because if interest rates do actually get lowered down to a cap of 10%, these banks may be way, way more reluctant to actually give credit. Does that kind of make sense? Again, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong with that. That's just my assumption how I would see that. But who knows? Maybe I'm totally wrong, and that's cool. That's fine. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens here as this whole thing transpires. But we'll see after we turn over to the new year here. We will, oh, by the way, today's December 31st as I film this video, just to be put into perspective in case you're watching this after the new year. But we'll have to see here what Bernie Sanders brings in for the new year, and it's going to be exciting. I can tell you that much. There's going to be a lot going on here, and I'll keep you posted on this. Otherwise, please, if you have not done so, make sure to do yourself a huge favor. Subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Big subscribe button waiting for you. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. And again, I'm going to keep you posted on everything going on. January is going to be so busy and nuts. There's going to be a lot of things going on. February, March, April, the first half of the year are going to be so crazy busy. We've got trillions of dollars in packages coming down the line here, and they're going to be passed literally within the next handful of months here. It's going to be pretty exciting, eventful. A lot of things are going to be happening, and I'll be right here for you every single day, breaking it down, keeping you posted, anything I possibly can for you right now to help you out during this time. Again, thank you so much. Please subscribe down below, totally free. Again, big subscribe button down below. Check out the well over 5,000 videos here on the channel down below in the description, or sorry, in the video library. Also, if you'd like, please feel free to share this video. There's a share button down below with your friends on my social media, or if you can think of any other people that would benefit from the videos here on the channel, again, please feel free to share those. Otherwise, down below in the description or the top of the comment section, there's some very popular videos for you there that I've hand-selected for you. Stick those, check those out. Otherwise, right now, pop on your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Thanks again. Please have a nice day. I'm here for you. Enjoy. Happy New Year.